Hello and welcome to my channel Tathastu. Today I'm going to talk about a very important thing, and the topic is that how Saturn gives wealth. Now, this planet has got immense power to give wealth, but there are so many things that this planet mm, follows, the discipline, the rules, and how dedicated that person is, all of these things. Anyway, this is just a general discussion and nothing specific, and let's discuss Saturn and its wealth. So a lot of people say that yes, Saturn may give you wealth if it is in the second house, or if it is in the sixth house, or 10th house, or 11th house, or 8th house. Now the truth is that Saturn may give wealth wherever it is. It could be in the first house, it could be in the 12th house, it could be in the 10th house, or 9th house, or 8th house, or 6th house, 5th house, 4th house. The thing is that the first thing, the nakshatra, if Saturn is under a wrong nakshatra, then Saturn may not be giving or generating that much wealth. Saturn should be under, for example, direct Saturn. I'm talking about direct Saturn. Saturn should be under Venus or Jupiter, Rahu or Ketu, this type of nakshatras. Okay, so when the dasha of Saturn, a person, if a person goes through the dasha of Saturn, the main period of Saturn, then that person may get a good amount of wealth. Now, Saturn is a planet that may not give wealth without realizing the value of it. Anything, wherever Saturn sits, wherever Saturn is posited, that house may teach that person the value of that thing. So if Saturn is going to give wealth, then before, if direct Saturn, I'm not talking about retro Saturn, okay? Retro Saturn's wealth giving power is different, and direct Saturn's wealth giving power is different. Retro Saturn sometimes may not give a proper amount of wealth. I mean to say, not proper, but permanent and legal. But when Saturn is direct and when it is under the right nakshatra, then a person could become millionaire, billionaire, even more than that, what is called trillionaire perhaps. But the way Saturn gives, that's the only thing. If Saturn is in the first house, then the person may do a lot of labor, direct Saturn. And the dasha, uh, if it is under the right nakshatra, then the dasha may tell that person to work hard. Second house, the person may invest and the person may save a lot. Third house, the person may take a risk, direct Saturn, under the dasha of Saturn. Fourth house, the person may have some kind of collection, and the person may get something from some old thing or some kind of ancestral things, and from that thing that person may, or a shop. Okay, uh, the shop may not look good first, but the shop may give him a good amount of a result. Fifth house Saturn, the person may get some kind of qualification related job or something like that. Sixth house, the person may be doing a good job under somebody, a good company. and the person may not think about the time that person is actually investing. For example, 12 hours or 14 hours of job the person will be doing. Okay, and even that person may go abroad. 6th house Saturn. 7th house Saturn, wife may help that person a lot, or that person may start a new business. Okay, now 8th house Saturn, the person may get wealth from unknown sources, from ancestral properties, or perhaps there was a legal problem and suddenly the person is getting some kind of uh, good amount of wealth from unknown sources. Okay, ninth, in the ninth house, the person may be, perhaps the person was trying to do something and suddenly the person sees some good results, so business or a job abroad. 10th house, almost the same thing. The person will be, may get a good job, even it could be a government job. Okay, and the person will be doing a lot of labor. Okay, lot of efforts. 11th house Saturn, the person will again be investing a lot of labor or effort, but it may not be about job, it could be a business. 11th house Saturn's dasha. And 12th house Saturn, it may also be not a job, but it could also be a business. So the thing is that when a person is putting a lot of labor, direct Saturn, and if the person gets the right nakshatra, then Saturn can give wealth. It's not about that if Saturn is in that house or not in that house. It's not about that. But there are so many things. First of all, if that person has got retro Saturn, then that person may become, uh, what can I say, a rich guy. Rich guy means reaching the potential. Okay. For example, now what is the potential? I should also know, I should also tell you. Potential means, for example, a person is thinking about 100,000. So when the person reaches 100,000, the person may stop thinking about more. So that is the potential. If a person is thinking about 500,000, then the person will reach the 500,000. That's the thing. So it's the potential of Saturn. Okay. So how big that person thinks, that depends on the 11th house. Anyway, so Saturn, if it is retro, then the person may become a rich guy, in his own way. Okay, and when he reaches 35, the person may may become a rich guy if there is no other planets, for example Mars or some other planets aspect. Jupiter is aspecting, that's fine. If Venus is aspecting, that's fine. But if Mars aspects some retro Saturn, then it may not be that much good. Okay, Mars aspect may not be good on Saturn. Okay, sometimes retro Saturn especially. Anyway, direct Saturn is a Saturn that that could be magical if the person is following disciplined life, if the person is following all the rules. Then direct Saturn, and if the person is not thinking about how much labor he's putting, he's just obsessed with that thing, then the person may get a good amount of wealth. And if the nakshatra is Rahu, Ketu, Jupiter, or Venus, then the person may get a good amount of wealth within a very short time. And if Saturn is retro, then the problem, only one problem there could be, that the person may, if it is retro but it is not under Capricorn and Aquarius. Okay, if it is retro and it is under Capricorn or Aquarius, then it could be okay. But if it is not under Capricorn or Aquarius, if it is under some other houses, then the problem may be like this: the person may not get permanent wealth. The wealth that the person may earn, that could be temporary. But if it is direct Saturn, and if a person starts earning wealth, then the person may not stop easily. Direct Saturn may start very slowly, extremely, almost without any money. Direct Saturn. But afterwards, after 35 or 40, or under a good dasha, not only 35, 40, but under a good dasha, that person may excel others, excel in his job or business. Usually, uh, if direct Saturn is with Jupiter, sitting with Jupiter, or Rahu, or Venus, then the person may get good result even before 30. But if it is not with Rahu or Venus, if direct Saturn is sitting alone, and enemy planets are there, then the person may not get 100% good result. The Saturn, of course, Saturn tests a person's patience. Saturn will always test a person's patience. How patiently a person is doing his or her job. How long the person can wait for that thing. The person, if that person realizes the value of that thing. So direct Saturn means patience, and if that Saturn is retro, then the person may not be that much patient. Okay, the person may try to achieve anything within within a short time. Same thing happens if Saturn is with Jupiter or Saturn is with Rahu, then the person may not be that much patient, or even with Venus. Anyway, so that's the end of the video. Okay, I will be creating more videos on this topic, Saturn, because people just believe that Saturn may not be giving wealth, but Saturn chooses the person, the character. Okay, and then only Saturn provides wealth. Okay, so that's the end of the video. More videos are coming.